Right, hello and welcome to the Old Spotted Dog Ground in East London, where we're set for a fascinating pre-season encounter between Clapton Community Football Club and visitors New York International Football Club. It's a meeting of two proud community clubs with rich histories and passionate supporters as they continue their preparations ahead of the new season. Pre-season is all about building fitness, experimenting with systems, and giving players the chance to impress. To make no mistake, both sides will be eager to put in a strong performance this afternoon. I'm Jake, and alongside me on comms is Jerome Lindsay. Jerome, it's good to have you with us.
Yeah, good afternoon, Jake. Really looking forward to this one. We'll see here in Forest Gate kickoff being 3 p.m. here in the UK, 10 a.m. New York time. As you mentioned, Old Spotted Dog is where we are today, the oldest senior football ground in London. So, good venue for what should be a really good game today.
Yep, as the teams come out of the tunnel. Just to quickly run through the Clapton side today, as I have received the team news about 5 minutes ago. It looks like it's Jack Francis in goal, a back four of Tammy Unuefa, Junior Charlton, Adam Sidke and Tevis. Then there's a midfield of James Briggs, Joel Akudike and Gideon. And then the front three is Andre Adejokun, Fred Taylor, behind who I believe is Noah Adejokun. And interestingly enough, it seems to be a little bit of a brotherly rivalry today because we've got Josh Adejokun, who used to play for Clapton, on the New York side today, and up front is his brother. So that'll be interesting, Jerome, won't it?
Yeah, homecoming for Josh Adejokun today, coming home to face his former club. Should be a really interesting matchup between the two. Might be a bit of brotherly love there, or maybe a bit of brotherly rivalry. We'll see if it's got a bit of a taste of the game, or if there's any bad blood between them. But yeah, it could be an interesting matchup today. Really, really looking forward to it.
Yeah, so I mean, I've not actually had an official team sheet for the New York side. However, I'll go through the players who are you'd expect would be featuring today in the side. We've got Ian Pinero, who is the goalkeeper, wearing number 98. Another few shirt numbers to look out for. Ralph Zamaripa, who wears the number 2 shirt for the away visitors. We've got Niall Williams, number 5. John Stevens is also someone that should feature today at the back. Midfielders to look out for. Tom House wearing number 6. You've got Ben Lindau, Jacob Gauzy, and Hakon Ngel. I also saw on the New York International's Instagram, social media, that a man to watch today alongside Josh Adejokun is Jordan Trott, who has created chances, goals, assists galore in their season of late. So that's the man to look out for. Number 10 on his shirt, of course, as we've said, homecoming for Josh Adejokun. He wears the number 9. Few other players to mention just before we kick off here, as it looks like it may, forgive me if I'm wrong there, but could that be brother and brother standing in the centre circle? Could be wrong, but as you can tell, my Clapton and New York International knowledge has only come up over the past week or so, but that definitely looks like Josh in the white strip of New York. So it'll be interesting. I don't really, forgive me, understand too much into the rankings and the league status when you compare the two sides, because of course you've got Clapton, who are albeit in maybe the 9th tier of football, whereas in America you've got New York in the 5th tier. But I don't think that really matters in a pre-season friendly, and I think results would suggest that this could go either way.
Yeah, most definitely. I think it could go either way today, and I think you're definitely right. That does look to be the two Adjokun brothers. Josh, of course, the number 9, as you mentioned. He's actually the New York Internationals Player of the Year for the 24-25 season, the leading goal scorer during that campaign as well, both in the league and cup winning campaign for both of those competitions. So definitely, as you mentioned, the danger man for today, as well as the number 10 of Henry Lamb. So yeah, key players across the pitch today. I think we've got a lot of battles to look forward to, a lot of key players to sort of be excited to watch today, and we'll see what they can do as referee looks to get this game underway.
Yeah, it looks like older brother there has already started playing mind games by forcing the sides to switch ends. Usually only something that the away side aim to do. So maybe a little dig there just to get into the Clapton side's heads. He'll have a point to prove here, Jerome, won't he? Because he's left for what he believes is the right move in his career, and no doubt he's performed to the high levels as expected in New York, but he comes back here with a point to prove for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't think he needs any more motivation. We see what he can do on the pitch, but I think there's definitely more of an incentive there to perform today, to keep up to the higher standards that he set for himself. So, yeah, really looking forward to him today as we get underway here at Clapton.
Already, the referee has allowed play to go on as Clapton come down early stages of this match down the left-hand side. Looks like Tevis on the ball. Good atmosphere today. Seems like a really good turnout in the fans. It's a blustery day, blustering even from where I'm commentating from, but the temperature seems to have cooled down a little bit after the warm weather we've had over the past few weeks.
Yeah, it's definitely a gorgeous day for it today. And as you mentioned, the fans are in full force today. You can see flags, banners, and you can hear them singing their hearts out early doors here. It's definitely a gorgeous day for this match.
Yes.
Clapton quite comfortable in possession here.
Almost intercepted then from Adejokun, but yeah, like you say, it's been a comfortable start on the ball. Be interesting to see how that goes throughout the game, of course, with it being pre-season. You'd imagine changes will change the tempo of the game and who has the ascendancy. Ball's flipped over very nicely. It's offside though, unfortunately, as Clapton look to break that line.
Yeah, correct decision, I think, there from the line. Just a little bit too early, but encouraging signs in the first minute through Clapton. Looking quite comfortable with the ball, not much by way of press so far from New York International, as they're in possession with it down this left-hand side. Possession does change hands though. Francis playing out from the back.
There's Charlton to Unuefa. Into Akwu DK.
Seems to be quite comfortable with the ball at his feet, Francis. Happy to kind of take the ball outside the penalty area, happy to control it and sort of dictate play from the back. Something that we do see in modern football now with goalkeepers.
Maybe he just wants the cameraman to pan on him a little bit longer with his nice top bun in the sun.
Well, I wouldn't blame him. Throw in here on the left-hand side. No foul from the referee.
Maybe a chance here for the visitors to finally get a little bit of time on the ball. Something they've struggled to do so far. Been up against it. Good press though here from Clapton, and they've won it. They forced an error in midway through the away half, and they've won the side's first corner of the game. Good pressure that.
Yeah, it's well worked there from Clapton. Looking like a danger on that left-hand side. I believe that was Fred Taylor who was making stuff happen early doors. It was the first proper set piece of the game.
Costin, and it's being headed in.
Wow, early doors here, and it's only been 3 minutes and it's already 1-0 to Clapton CFC. Well, that was an unexpected twist to be so early on. It's not the best delivery, but someone managed to creep into what I believe to be the near post there, and well, it doesn't matter how it's gone in, I'm sure they won't be complaining at all. Questions maybe could be asked of the goalkeeper there?
As we watch the corner taken again from that left-hand side, an in-swinger. And then it's all of a sudden in the back of the net. Didn't quite see what went on there as we try and see it again.
Yeah, it's just that near post. I think the keeper could do a lot better there.
Looks like it
Ian
went in off
Perino.
the keeper eventually, but I do think it was guided in from the Clapton attacker. As far as I'm aware, that is Josh Adejokun, who was on the scoreboard there after just 3.5 minutes.
I would expect Ian Perino to do better with that, though. Having won Save of the Year in 25-26, we know what he's capable of, and I do think he should be dealing with that better. But Clapton won't be complaining one bit.
Did you see the save?
I did not see the save, unfortunately, myself. I wish I did.
I'll have to have a look and see if it's on any kind of socials.
Yeah, I'd like to get a little look at that.
Good football here from Clapton as they maintain early control. And the ball is out on the right-hand side here with Adejokun.
Could be a sign of things to come in this game. I reckon we could be in for a goal fest here.
Well, as you mentioned, as I'm being informed, it was actually Junior Charlton that scored that, the centre-half for Clapton. Yeah, as you mentioned, Jerome, it was not the best of games yesterday, to be honest, for New York International, as they saw 7 goals go against them. Looking on the statistics as well of Clapton, that is Junior Charlton, if it was his goal, his first goal for the club, definitely of the last season. Played 28 games last season, I believe, and didn't register a goal, so little collector's item already, 3 minutes into the game.
Yeah, there you go. Nice little rarity there.
Finally, a few successful passes from the visitors.
They've not really got themselves in the game too much, have they? New York International, not really offered much in attack so far, and not doing too much in possession either.
No, as they give Francis comfortable possession of the ball. And there is Charlton with a long ball forward, headed away, but once again it's Clapton on the ascendancy down this left-hand side, where the goal was originally created from. The corner was forced. And there's Briggs.
That was Fred Taylor as well, I believe that was as well, who got that corner to even be within existence, causing menace down that left-hand side. Does look to be quite sharp in the opening 7 minutes here as the liner puts his flag up and eventually the referee does blow. Free kick, I believe, here.
Yeah, it looks like it. Although it looks like the Clapton player has come off worse there. Is that Unuefa? One throw. Once again, back in the possession of the home side.
Possession given away quite sloppily there, and could be in for a chance for New York as the ball played over to the left-hand side, but well cleared with a defensive header.
Ball forward towards Adejokun. It's cleared away. Once again, though, any kind of loose ball is just finding its way back into possession of the home side. And on this left-hand side, there's been shed loads of space for the overlapping fullback. Just need to get settled here, the New York.
Yeah, they've not really found themselves comfortable at all so far, as Clapton look to extend on the leads here on the left-hand side again. You can see where the end is coming from. He's past his man, he lets a shot away and nothing making of that.
Half-hearted claims for a penalty there as Adejokun clips the ball over the top, and it's somehow headed wide when the goal was gaping. I think it was a little bit, just a little bit of an extended reach for the attacker, who attempted to head that ball into what seemed to be a gaping net, but just couldn't get his direction on it, and it trickles wide of the right-hand post.
Yeah, I do think he should have taken that chance. The goal was gaping, as you mentioned, and you'd expect him to bury that.
Good play from from Adejokun on the right-hand side of the box as he created that opportunity. Goalkeeper flapping again. As you mentioned, where's his saves? He's come to this game with a lot of expectations and almost caught out again.
Well, it is his first game back since tearing 2 ankle ligaments in May, so maybe that might play a bit of a part. Hope to see him back to his full form and maybe redeem himself a bit later on in the game. Goalkeeper from the United States, of course.
Diagonal aim into the right-hand side, and is it kept in? Not quite. Oh, it is. It must have been deflected behind because we had the game's second corner. We know where that led to on the first effort.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the delivery on this one. Junior Charlton, as we know now, is a threat from corners, something we haven't seen very much, but if he can get a brace in this game in the opening 10 minutes, that would be quite something. We'll see how much of an aerial threat Clapton could be in general here, but got to get past the first man first.
Thought about the short corner, but it's an outswinger and it's not beating the first man, but it has only been flicked on momentarily. And once again, Clapton managed to get the second ball.
As you mentioned, it does seem to be quite a recurring theme there. Every time there is a sort of loose ball or a 50-50, the possession does seem to find Clapton more often than not.
Good pressing there from the centre half for New York, though. So finally, the visitors can have a little bit of an attack into Clapton half. I feel like this is the brightest they've looked, and once again, it's Adejokun for the visitors who is dispossessed, although they do have a throw in just inside Clapton half. 12 minutes played almost, and it is Clapton 1, New York 0.
It's been an interesting opening 12 minutes so far here, as we see Tom House taking the throw in here for New York. Bit of trickery attempted there, but found its way back into House, who plays the ball out wide, and challenge went in there and just stay on his feet.
First chance of getting the ball back into the box then here for New York. Be interesting to see what their aerial presence is like as the throw is launched long but well cleared by Clapton, and they managed to get it away momentarily, trying to cause some form of counter-attack, but New York are able to nullify that.
All being played at the back here on the right-hand side. Francis.
He must have had the most touches so far in this game. Enjoying coming out of his area.
Yeah, I'd say so. It does seem to have quite a good relationship with Tevez as well.
And there come New York. Slowly getting a little bit of an impact into this game. Getting higher up the pitch. A little bit of a battle down the left-hand side, and they win themselves a throw in midway through the Clapton half. Little better.
That's a great challenge there by UEFA. Brilliant challenge there, clean as well.
Another long throw towards the edge of the penalty area. Hoofed up high rather than away, originally by the Clapton player, although the ref's flag, the flag has gone on. I believe it is a free kick. Oh, it is a free kick for New York. This could be interesting, this, Jerome.
Yeah, it could be the first real threat we've seen so far from a New York perspective. We'll see what can be made of this, if he's going to opt for taking an effort here or playing it out wide. You can see already the amount of space Tom House is in on the right-hand side. Might opt for a shot though, but yeah, as you mentioned, the first proper goal threat potentially here for New York.
setting up to take this one on. I can't imagine it's going to be whipped in the box here. I think they're going to take the chance. It's a low one and it's comfortable in the M4. Francis.
Yeah, easy for Francis. Right-footed shot, just a bit too low. See what he's trying to do, but didn't quite pull off in the end, unfortunately, for him.
Here's James Briggs on the ball, advancing forward. Comes onto the right-hand side. And it's out to play for a New York throw. Bit of pressure there from Adejokun on John Stevens, I believe, at the back for New York, along with Niall Williams, who clips the ball out onto the right-hand side. But the battle down the left-hand side for Clapton and Wright has been mostly won by the home side, although that's a great ball through into the area, although it sounds like the flag has gone up and the ball was nicely put away. Be interesting to see how tight that would have been, but the camera doesn't really enable us to know that for sure. But what a pass that seemed to be from the central midfielder.
It was a brilliant ball, wasn't it? Not a bad finish either, just a shame the flag did go up, but encouraging signs for New York here. Looking to get that equaliser, sorry. And you mentioned earlier about the wing play so far in this game. That does seem to be the most threatening area of the pitch for Clapton. A lot of it going through the channels as opposed to down the middle and centrally. We'll see if that continues into the first half.
Goal kick for New York. The game has, over the past 10 minutes, evened itself out a little bit despite the scoreline. As New York have definitely got more of a foothold into the game. Midfield battle won as New York come forward once again, getting a bit of luck down the left-hand side, although a strong tackle in from the Clapton defender, although the ball's nicely played around and it's just behind the visiting attacker as he puts pressure on the Clapton defence, trying to earn a corner. Wasn't able to do so, but much more promising the past 5 minutes, this, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot more pressure being applied to Clapton. New York looking to make things happen in this game, trying to get that leveler as soon as I possibly can. And they are knocking on the Clapton door here, and at some point that door may break.
Interesting to not that I'm an avid watcher of New York international, I must say, but it is interesting to me that Adejokun's on this right-hand side. Hasn't been too effective so far, whereas he seems like the kind of guy that would be really effective at holding the ball up as that central guy to maintain the attacks. We've not really seen that from the main striker for the visitors so far, as an attempted attack comes to nothing for the home side.
Yeah, it's an interesting decision from Jonah Lindau, putting him on that right-hand side, as you mentioned. Does seem to be a threat in more central areas. We'll see whether or not that does change and develop as the course of events unfold here. But even despite that, we do know what he's capable of doing on the football pitch, so.
On this right-hand side again for Clapton. As he kicked the ball against the left back he has, and he's got a goal kick. I did worry after that goal went in after 3 minutes that this could be an extremely one-sided affair. However, New York have done well to compose themselves and keep battling, and the more the time's gone on, that midfield battle seems to be getting more and more even, and maybe even the past 5 minutes has edged the visitors.
Yeah, they are definitely getting themselves back in the game, aren't they? That's the fans we can hear in full voice this afternoon.
There's Az on the ball to Tevis into Briggs. Nice ball over the top. free overlap on the far side. Can he keep the ball in? He can, and he's forced to throw in. Good attacking once again down that left-hand side. It's been quite clear that the attacks are coming very effectively down this left-hand side for the home side. Spriggs looks up, plays a nice blind pass into towards Fred Taylor, I believe that was, who tried to curl the ball top corner. It's taken a nick, and it's another corner for Clapton.
Yeah, I mean, it was an audacious effort, wasn't it? One that almost did pay off there. Just that curling shot with, I believe, the right foot, just nicking wide. As you mentioned, it did take a touch on the way onto the goal for a corner for Clapton, but yeah, it was a good effort. You can see why he's taking it on.
Adejokun in the box, and the referee's going to have to deal with this. No matter what's on the line in a game of football, whether it be the Champions League final or a pre-season friendly, there will always be Adejokun on a corner. Another outswinger. A lot of people attacking the ball at the front post. That might have been Charlton again, coming onto the ball there, and he's flashed his header across the face of goal and well wide in the end, but does seem to be a danger, these set pieces.
Yeah, it does seem to be the method which is most effective so far in his first half for Clapton. And yeah, as you mentioned, he's got a head on it. They do seem to be winning most headers in the box and indeed up the pitch as well. The aerial battle does seem to be one that Clapton are winning so far.
When they put a pressure on, they are tending to come out the better as they once again win the ball back from within seconds of a goal kick taken from New York, and once again have the ascendancy down this left-hand side. Just a little bit of a heavy touch, although once again they won it back, and a bit scrappy, but right on the edge of the New York penalty area. An attempted shot, and it looks like two players got in the way of each other. Although a bit of pressure put on here from the striker, and he's chipped it past the goalkeeper. And a 50-50 the referee judges it to be, as the New York striker, who I had questioned for his physical presence, has shut me up and has silenced the home side, because he's put Junior Charlton on all kinds of pressure there. It does seem, looking at the highlight, that it was a fair challenge. Don't know where Jack Francis was hoping to be there, because he realised he was outside of his penalty area as the ball went past him. And the scores are level, Jerome.
Yeah, it's just that desire to win the ball. You can see him charging at Junior Charlton there. Just that sheer willingness to win that ball. The pace on him as well, and not even to mention the execution. The finish was lovely. As you mentioned, Jack Francis in no man's land, but take nothing away from the finish. Absolutely exquisite from the forward there. And yeah, just a desire to win that ball. The pace on him as well. Really, really impressive goal, and we're equal here. 1-1.
Are we going into it? Is there a hydration break there, or am I making that up? Looked like they were all taking a quick drink as we're looking at the goals again. Smartly taken, finished to begin with. A few decent chances. We're not in America, lads. Come on, we shouldn't need a hydration break.
Yeah, it's like the World Cup, isn't it? Might be the New York effect, as it were. Still can't go over that goal. I mean, I mentioned before, just the pace and the desire to win that ball first, and just completely mug off Junior Charlton there, the goal scorer for Clapton. Almost not at fault, but a big reason as to why New York scored the leveller there, making an impact on both pitch.
I think that scorer might have been Alex Johnston. Going by the player bios, he looks like he fits the bill. He's, as we can see, he's scored a club high 15 goals for the Cosmos League first team. He's definitely shown why there with a clinical finish. Like I say, though, as calm and collective as the Clapton goalkeeper has been on the ball, he was in no man's land, really, wasn't he?
Yeah, nowhere to be seen there. And if you do come that far out, you need to make sure that you do win that ball. Not only win it, but win it cleanly as well. And if you're just a bit quicker off his line, would have been a different story. Maybe a bit hesitant to come out as well. Just touching back on Alex Johnson there. That did not look like the kind of player who's having his first game back from injury. It does not look like that has affected him at all. Scottish forward showing what you can do here.
Looks like the referee's ready to get this second period of the first half underway. Speaking like we're watching a game of NFL, so to those of you streaming this from the States, welcome if you are. And no, this is not the game of American football. It is soccer, it is football, but it seems like the climate is becoming warmer and warmer every year, so we are having a quick break. Not too sure I agree with it, to be honest, but who am I to judge? As the second, after the hydration break, we're back underway. Good effort that as the ball's crossed in and it's cleared away, although the flag has gone off for offside.
Just a quick mention to the chat here, our apologies. We have mistaken James Briggs for Alfie Miller.
Have I been saying Briggs this whole time?
Happens to the best of us. Ooh. Being pinged around here.
Yeah, Clapton seem to be pressing forward once again, looking to bounce back quickly from that as Adejokun has his shot blocked. And Charlton put under pressure again. His ears will be ringing after that goal every time he hears the visitors forward clambering down to close him down, and that's a poor pass, and that goal seems to have startled Clapton a little bit, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, sloppy past that. It's almost sucked the life out of them a little bit. New York definitely on the front foot compared to the start of the game, whereby it was very much in Clapton's favour. It's looking like it's changed hands a little bit here, as we do have possession now, though. Can't quite make anything of it, though. Switches hands again. New York with the ball, it's on the left-hand side, but swept up really well by NYINT. Sedki to Sevis. Pinged out to the right-hand side again to NYINT. Must say, Clapton do look to be the most comfortable with the ball at their feet so far, as we do see a shot and it's gone in. Fantastic finish there. Absolutely brilliantly taken. What a finish from a tight angle. Well taken goal, and it's 2-1 to Clapton CFC here.
And guess who? It looks like it was the younger brother who was struck first in this brotherly derby. Noah Adejokun seems to have been the man that has slotted his side back in front, and it was a smartly taken finish.
Yeah, it was brilliant, wasn't it? From that angle to just calmly put that into the bottom left. And as you mentioned, Noah does have the first laugh between him and Josh. We'll see if Josh can come back, though.
Yeah, hopefully not the last, as we've hyped this up in our heads, I think. But this is, who gets to sit at the grand end of the table for the family meal, as I'm sure they'll have, as Clapton come forward again. The ball crossed into the box and then safe hands for Piano.
Momentum has looked like it switched hands again, and I do think we're going to see a faster tempo into these last 15 minutes of the first half. It's a slice clearance there, falls back into Adejokun. The goal scorer shielding it nicely, using his body to
Here's
release
Gideon
the ball.
with the effort. Fizzes wide. The trialist on his top form there, hoping to show what he's worth to this fantastic crowd. I have to take my hat off to them for a pre-season friendly. If this is to be expected at Clapton, then my word, the community really do get behind them, because this is better than some of the league matches my local team have.
Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it? Love football when it does come to the community being so supportive and showing up and supporting the team, having those family days out and supporting the players and indeed the local community. It's really great to see.
There's Taylor on the ball, passing it back to his fullback. There's Charlton. Francis with the ball. Flipping it out towards the right-hand side. It's well defended.
Yeah, it was well dealt with there. Did what he had to do.
Free kick here for Clapton. Chance to get the ball into the box again. And as we've seen in the first 30 minutes of this match, there have been a few nervy heads for the visitors when they've been tested aerially. So it'll be interesting if they can get a decent delivery in here. It'll be interesting to see what they can cause. Good ball into the box. It's met with the head. It was at Adejokun again, but it's over the top. Good chance, that.
Yeah, Adejokun looking to be the danger man again there, getting himself in positions to cause threat and to cause problems yet again. Just over the bar from him though. Just been informed in the chat that this is a typical thing for Clapton. This is the support which is seen frequently and regularly, and as you mentioned earlier, hats off to them.
I know teams from leagues much higher up that would do a lot to have it following like this as they come forward again with Taylor. Taylor tries to feed in the goal scorer for the home side, Adejokun, but it was well cut out and the referee has actually pulled it back for a foul to the visitors. Someone I'm talking to with, I believe that is Alfie Miller then, the man that I've been misjudging.
Just a quick mention, the event today is organised alongside Dynamics, CrossFit and Thought Lab in memory of Davide. If you could support the fundraiser, that would be much appreciated.
Thanks to those of you that are in the chat watching the game a lot better than I clearly am, because the ball actually hit the referee. There was no foul. I am talking nonsense, so if you'd like to put me on mute, feel free. Otherwise, I will do my best to maintain eye contact on this as we approach the final 10 minutes of this first half, as it looks like the visitors have made the first change of the game so far. Apologies, but someone who is a weekly follower of this side, have they hit the referee again? Well, I can inform you that this time I have clocked. But in fact, it has once again hit the referee, who had that on their bingo cards.
I always find it amusing when that happens. Rarely see it in a game, never mind twice in the space of a couple of seconds.
Fans are hyping up it happening 3 times and not to be. Good pressure from Clapton. They've won the ball back once again. Although New York are able to momentarily win the ball back, but they've given it away in a dangerous area, although the pass towards Adejokun is a little bit overhit and it is comfortable for Pierno.
Ball gone long there, one in midfield and cleared away by the centre half.
Interesting kick that. Is it just me, or did that seem like a rather interesting kick from the goalkeeper? He just seemed to... It was like he was on a school field again.
Yeah, it wasn't the most typical technique you'd normally see.
Kicking for touch. Adejokun battling away. He's been quiet this half, but his brother has shone when he's had his one moment. As Clapton come forward, maybe they can create another moment for him. He's done well to leave the ball, although he's found it now in great space and he's caused a save from the goalkeeper. Brilliant build-up play from Clapton. Well dummied originally from Adejokun, and he found brilliant pockets of space on the D, although he's denied by the goalkeeper, who makes a smart save.
Yeah, it was a good effort from him, testing the goalkeeper, but the goalkeeper passing the test with flying colours.
Slip at a costly moment there for New York, and they are struggling to get the ball out of their own half. I must say, a good 75% of this game has been played in the New York half. They've really struggled to hold on to the ball, and it's props mostly to Clapton's persistent pressing, which they've shown throughout this first half. Case in point right here, although good play from New York. Clapton throw.
Taken quickly as well.
Adejokun into his left. There's Adejokun. Cuts inside well. Tries to beat another man, but instead wins a corner. Got at least 10 minutes of this half still to go, plus of course the formidable added time. Apologies, Jerome, what were you going to say?
I was going to say good play there from Adejokun, looking to beat his man and kind of create chaos down that right hand side, cutting inside and outside and winning a corner for his team. We've seen how dangerous they've been from these so far as they get swung into the box.
Much higher this time towards the back post, but well cleared, and good battling this time as New York can come away with the ball, which we've not really seen too much of so far, but Adejokun can't maintain possession of it, although Clapton trying to win the ball back and doing so have actually seen it go over the line for a throw-in. A little bit of respite momentarily here for the visitors. Good pressure here.
Yeah, good press from Adejokun there.
Away with it.
Pressing forward with real menace. Adejokun there.
Once again, Clapton win the ball back high up the pitch. Focusing more down the right-hand side as they have been in the past few minutes, and they've clipped the ball through, aiming for two runners, although the goalkeeper didn't look too convincing there as he's come out, where he could have looked like he could have comfortably collected that. Instead, he's let it hit him and it's gone out for a throw-in.
It didn't look too comfortable there. Should have just let the ball into his body and just sort of collected it, but it has bounced off him for a throw-in. Almost gone out for a corner there as well. Has looked a bit shaky, Ian Piero.
May have been a defender who got just in the way of him, so I'll forgive him on that instance, but he's collected the ball well there. New York. Once again, pressure from Adejokun. It's brilliant to see from the home side. They're winning the ball back time and time again. New York not being given a second to keep it, and he's just outrun himself this time, but they're just not giving him a moment to actually breathe.
They really are getting no time on the ball. It is that relentless, constant pressure from Clapton, leading from the front, pressing from the front and winning the ball high up the pitch. try and make things happen. We've seen that quite a lot in the first half. I wonder if New York could find a way to counter that, kind of play around them a little bit more.
Played long by Niall Williams there for the away side. Straight back into the possession of Clapton as they go long once again down the right-hand side with the Andre Adejokun. He's crossed the ball in well there, but no one's at the far post. Adejokun's been forced back from his wing position to keep possession for the visitors, and it's pumped high rather than long, but Adejokun's battled well there as he cut the possession. He hasn't. Good battle there, but he hasn't come out on top, and once again Clapton have the ball on the edge of the area. A little bit scrappy the past few minutes.
Yeah, I think the sort of latter stages of the first half might cause a bit more sloppiness so players get tired leading into the break. But
good ball there though to the left-hand side. Well defended.
Yeah, dealt with well there by the defender, preventing another corner.
Quickly taking a throw in from Clapton. Here is Taylor as he crosses the ball in and towards the back post. And one of Adejokun, it looks like he's taken the plaudits for it once again for his second of the game. It could have been Adejokun. They were both in the box there, battling for it. It looks like they're all going to congratulate Noah Adejokun, who's got his second of the game, if so.
Yeah, I guess there's not a surprise when I saw that man smiling after the ball ended up in the back of the net. It's a brilliant cross into that back post. Composed finish, controlled to get it past the goalkeeper. But what a cross that was as well. Brilliant pick out. Floated the ball into that far post and well executed as well. 3-1.
Well, those of you that if you watched New York International yesterday in their game against Bishop Stratford would know that 3-1 was a very good chance of not finishing that way. A good pressing from Johnson, who, despite the goal, has been extremely isolated up top and has not really had a chance to work with. He kind of made his own opportunity, which he scored from, but other than that, ever since the goal, ever since the hydration break, it seems to have snapped Clapton back into first gear.
Yeah, there was a period where New York were looking like the more dominant team in the fixture, but that sort of faded away a little bit. There's yet another attack
again. Aiming for that out ball of Adejokun. Like I say, Adejokun has been a brilliant focal point so far in this first half for the home side. Same can't be mirrored for his brother in the white of New York. A few minutes from half-time here. I'd imagine 2 or 3 minutes will be added on, or would be expected to be added on, as Josh Adejokun has the ball down this right-hand side, wins the free kick. Rightly so, he was being completely mauled by the Clapton fullback. But the quick free kick comes to no avail, and it's once again back in comfortable possession of Jack Francis. Jerome?
Yeah, safe hands from the keeper there. In the right position. Did what he needed to do.
Good overlap here from the left. Really good give and go there, and he's set through the left back on the ball. Can he get an effort away? He's pulled it back to the far post, and Adejokun couldn't get his bearings right. Looked like, for all ends up, that the fullback could have had a shot himself, and maybe he even did. But final ball didn't quite work out. Maybe he was caught in two minds there, but unfortunately, it comes to nothing.
It's a brilliant burst of pace from him as well. In quite a few yards of space as well. Just a fantastic run from him. That burst forward couldn't quite come off for him though. Has been quite lackluster for New York so far. You're hoping that it isn't won by a landslide, as there is another chance on the cards here, but dealt with efficiently by the defender. Does fall back into the hands of Clapton.
Immediately looking for that out ball every time. The isolated Johnston, the Scotsman for New York. He did it extremely well to score his goal, but has looked almost hopeless in receiving any service so far. Having to create his own chance for himself, really. Good pressure, though, from Adejokun here, and he's played it into Johnson, who has got an opportunity here, although his touch back to Adejokun is overhit. That was promising there, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that's been a story of the first half for New York so far. Promising in certain key areas, but just that tiny finishing touch has let them down. Overhit pass there, which could have been quite a promising attack for them, but it is just that final piece of the puzzle to create a chance properly, and nothing working for them there, especially the ball for Clapton on this right-hand side. It's been quite end-to-end. Clapton looking to come back quite quickly every time they don't have possession, and it's going to be a cross into the box here, into that far post, headed away and still in possession of it here, but cleared away eventually by the New York defender.
Yeah, you're right in saying there has been quite end-to-end. Had a good pace to it this game for the majority of it, but it's just that final ball. It's really lacked from the visitors, and on the contrary, the pure bodies that Clapton throw forward when they attack has ended up providing the goods, I would say. Here come Clapton again. I haven't seen an additional time added on, but we're definitely into it as the ball's crossed into the box. Oh, and Williams almost completely missliced that, because it looked like a pretty standard clearance, and he almost rifled that in his own top corner.
Yeah, it was not a comfortable clearance from him whatsoever. No, Williams not looking convincing at all from there, but fortunately for him, his blushes were spared. Nothing doing of it as a short corner looked to be on, but not taken as a referee tells him to get a move on.
Well, can they finish the half the same way they started it? As the ball's crossed in, it looks like Adejokun gets his head to it, but it actually leaves the area. On the same wavelength down this left-hand side, they've looked continuously dangerous. The ball's whipped in once more. The goalkeeper's kind of in no man's land as he dillied and dallied about coming. The ball's curled back in, and it's a difficult effort for the left winger, and he can't keep it down.
Yeah, it was an optimistic shot that if that does go in, everyone's going absolutely crazy. That curled shot, you can see what it tries to do. Does take a lot of skill, technique, and ability to be able to curl that in to the top right-hand corner, but not quite for him. As I think we will see the end of the first half quite soon. Only a couple of minutes, I think, will be added on. Only a few sort of niggles in midfield and a few challenges, but nothing too drastic in terms of time added on, I don't think.
Here comes Taylor on down the left-hand side. Well faced by the New York midfielder. The battling, although there is a bit of an overload on for Clapton if they can get control of the ball, although Miller's done well. The battle on the floor
Really
there.
challenging there as well.
Yeah, as Taylor has won himself a free kick for Clapton just as we come to the final few moments of this half. Good opportunity here for the home side to really finish this half on a high.
So it was a brilliant challenge in there just before the foul, I believe, from the Clapton midfielder. But I must say the whole team so far have played absolutely out of their skin. Brilliant first half performance from them, as this could be a potential goal threat. Needs to be a right-footed shot potentially. See if he can find a target. It's a shot, and what a fantastic goal.
Woohoo!
Wow.
And that looks like it was Fred Taylor who set up the first. He set up this one by winning the free kick, and he has curled a delicious set piece over the wall. Goalkeeper no chance. And it is Clapton Community Football Club 4, New York International 1. And I believe that was the half-time whistle. Capping off an excellent half, really, for the home side. We started off in the 4th minute when Junior Charlton headed home, or bundled home, should I say, from a Fred Taylor corner after a great start from the hosts. It seemed to be all Clapton, really, until one long ball forward. Charlton was out-strengthed, out-muscled by the Scotsman for New York in Johnston, who fired home on 21 minutes. But then the hydration break seemed to just bring some composure back to the home side as their resilience, their continuous pressure of that back line caused chaos for the New York defenders. And it wasn't the return of Josh Adejokun that was the highlight of this half, but instead his brother. First with a smart finish on 28 minutes, then with a second from a fantastic cross, which I believe was once again Fred Taylor, and he slotted it in to get his second of the game on 42 minutes, Clapton's third, and as you've just seen, Taylor capping off an excellent first half for himself and for his side with an expertly taken free kick. Jerome, thoughts?
Yeah, I still just can't get over that free kick. I mentioned if he could find a target, he's found the top corner in absolutely extravagant fashion. I mean, what a goal. The curve to get that in, to beat the wall and to beat the goalkeeper is absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I mentioned even before the goal, the performance so far from Clapton, and it's been absolutely fantastic. You know, it's going to hold their head high going into the second half as we do get a replay of that wonderful free kick. But yeah, lackluster from New York so far. Have been disappointing from the offset as we get another look at that gorgeous free kick there. What a goal.
Brilliant. The goalkeeper making it look all the more satisfying with a brilliant dive, but just could not get anywhere near it. They've just been a little bit... They've just struggled, really, because you can see there's a clear difference in the athleticism of the Clapton attackers. They've got pace, and whenever there's a chance for the visitors, they just seem a little bit more reliant on a long ball or a set piece, which they haven't really seen this half.
Yeah, there's been pace, power and strength from the Clapton forwards, and it's been assets where New York International just don't know how to deal with it. They can't manage and they can't keep up with it. But this was a fantastic goal. The strength there to shrug off the defender and the little dink over the goalkeeper was quite something. I mentioned earlier they did have 5 minutes of dominance in the game, but since then it has been lackluster, like I mentioned, and the game has kind of got away from New York International. I think the second half they do need to come out all guns blazing to try and overturn this deficit.
So at half-time, it's Clapton Community Football Club 4, New York International 1. Those of you in the chat that are watching, if you can still hear us, this is usually the time where us Brits will get ourselves a cup of tea, another beer at the bar. Intrigued to know what your typical half-time beverage would be, because I don't think you drink tea and the like over there, do you?
Yeah, I could do with a copper, to be fair. I mentioned it could have been a goal fest. We've had 5 so far here in the opening 45 minutes.
They conceded 7 yesterday. It's not looking good for them today.
We'll be hoping that they can keep the score somewhat respectable, hoping to not concede yet another 7. The defence clearly has not been on the best of forms as of late.
Coffee drinkers seems to be the universal answer, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I like a flat white. Flat white does me quite well. Nothing beats a tea, though, for being honest.
Any Bovril drinkers? Now you're talking. Now, if that's a Yank that is saying that they drink Bovril, that is quite impressive, because I never, ever thought that I would hear someone from America saying they drank Bovril. So my guess is that that is a Clapton fan.
I can't say I've actually heard of Bovril in London.
Have you not? No, maybe it's maybe it's a northern thing.
No, I was going to say.
In which case, whoever is watching it that has just brought up Bovril, where are you based? Because, to be honest, I thought it was a British thing, but maybe it is a more northern thing.
Maybe.
Don't really know how to explain it. Do you know what it is? It's like a.
I've got no idea.
Like stock. It's like stock and the best thing. It's like a gravy kind of taste to it.
And it's like a drink.
Yeah, you get it at football games.
That's definitely a northern thing.
Oh, it's beef and yeast extract. It's like I would imagine it's like what an OXO cube would taste like if you put it into some hot water. It's just really heartwarming, especially on like a cold winter's night. Don't knock it till you try it, Jerome. Don't knock it till you try it.
Yeah, it does sound quite interesting. I might have to give it a go in the winter. That's definitely not something we've got down south, but it does sound. I've never heard of that before.
He's from Burnley. That explains it.
That makes more sense.
I think I've had a Bovril at Burnley before, to be honest.
Yeah, that's the first I've heard of that. That sounds quite enticing, though, I must say.
That's the way. That's what I was looking for. It's a broth. Nice broth. Although, to be fair, I would be partial to just drinking some gravy at a football game.
Quite an interesting take. I wouldn't say that would be my go-to, but can't knock it.
I mean, to be honest, it's only taken us everyone complaining about this heat wave that we've been having over here. But I've actually realised that apparently drinking a cup of tea actually is something you should do because it cools you down. Did not know that.
Oh, what, in the heat? Drinking
tea
because
it brings. I imagine it's because it brings up like your inner temperature to match your surrounding. I'm not too sure. I don't.
That would actually make sense, to be fair.
Maybe it's just one of those old like mythological sayings that your granddad tells you and you believe because you were about 4 years old when you got told it. But
I wonder if there's any Bovril being sold here at the pop-up restaurant.
At the Fusion Foods pop-up restaurant.
If not already, maybe there should be.
Some colourful outfits here. I'm enjoying it. It's looks like a really nice day up at down at Clapton, I should say.
Yeah, a lot of shirts as well.
Yeah, shirts.
Supporting.
Some good flags.
Yeah, colours everywhere. Love to see it.
Random Bristol Rovers flag for some reason.
Why not?
Really is a community game at Clapton. They even bring all the other fans around. I love it. I'll have to make sure I visit a game if I'm ever in that area on a Saturday. To be honest, my local team, Tranmere, may be in Clapton's league in a few years, the way they're playing. Old wives' tales, my word. I'm glad that people in the chat are actually coming up with the words that I swear are on the tip of my tongue. But when you're live on air, it all goes blank. And I'm like, it's a mythological saying that your granddad told you when you were 4. An old wives' tale is exactly what I was talking about then. Looks like the players are coming out for the second half, Jerome.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, manager Joe Lindow must put an absolute hairdryer treatment into these players for them to turn out into the second half.
It's an interesting one, really. It's a hard thing to really look into because you're right. If this was a normal game, you would have to. But do you lay into your team when you're probably going to make changes across the whole field? Like, it's an interesting one. Because I can't imagine that we're going to see the same 11 finish the game that started it on either side. So
Yeah, there'll definitely be a lot of changes and substitutions for sure. Letting players get minutes and match fitness into this sort of pre-season period for the players, seeing who works well in what positions, and maybe throwing a few spanners in the works and experimenting with a few ideas, tactics, formations, and positions. But we'll see what happens in the second half.
What's your prediction for the World Cup final then?
I fancy Argentina. Obviously, as an Englishman, it's not really what you want to be saying, but I just think it's written in the stars. You know, Messi to win 2 on the spin. I just think it's bound to happen. I mean, Yamal's not been amazing so far in the tournament, but they have got some incredible players. I mean, Marino has been unbelievable, or Yazabal as well. I still fancy Argentina. I couldn't even tell you why. It's just a feeling, but yeah, who do you reckon?
You make a good point. The written in the stars. I think everyone will echo those words. I'm not sure whether it's my hope that Spain are the ones that win it that's actually making me think that they will, or whether it's the fact that they are just a better team. Because I do believe that they are a better team. I mean, France didn't turn off on the day the other day, but Spain really did. And there's no match going on tonight, is there? Nothing to talk about now. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't think that's one I'm going to be tuning into.
No, just make sure that Mbappe's my captain in my fantasy team.
Yeah, there's nothing on tonight. There's no game there at all. Should be a good one on Sunday, though. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely. I was foolish enough to book a day off work as well, thinking it would be us, but we can all come together in the chat with our disappointed heads that it's neither England or the US this year. Clapton keeping the visitors waiting, although just as I say that, they have emerged from the tunnel.
Bit of mind games maybe there even. Fantasy sports.
Yeah, interesting comment there. Go on, do you want to take it away?
I was going to say, it is quite a big thing. So, like fantasy football, in terms of Premier League, you get like a massive league with your mates, and you're sort of looking to get a load of points from players from rival clubs. So when they score, you're kind of conflicted as to whether or not to be happy. But yeah, it is quite a big thing over here, and it can get quite competitive as well. I actually lost my fantasy league this season, so I owe everyone dinner from the boys. So that should be fun. I'm hoping they forget about that quite quickly, though. But yeah, no, it's something I personally enjoy. I'd say it's quite a big thing in terms of culture here. Would you agree?
Definitely. Fancy Premier League, absolutely massive. Got a close friend that's made quite a name for himself on the YouTube point of a fantasy Premier League kind of advisor, should you say? But I would put it into perspective with the Americans. I do think it still is overshadowed by just how big fantasy is perceived for NFL. I think because you have TV shows and everything, don't you, for the drafts and the Premier League, the fantasy team. So I do think, as much as the Premier League fantasy over here is massive for us, I do think it is still probably a little bit in the dark in comparison to how the Americans deal with their fantasy.
Yeah, of course.
It's fun. It's fun. Maybe it will level up eventually, but it does seem with social media, it's just getting more and more popular.
100%. And you got people on Twitter like leaking team news in regards to players as to who's going to play, who's not going to play. Someone before I saw tweeted like someone's wife might be pregnant, so he might not play, so take him out your team, and it gets proper competitive sometimes with people online. I do agree, social media's definitely played a big part in things like that.
Right then, let's see what's going on here, because it looks like it looks like a few changes may have been made up front. I can't. Forgive me, but I can't be 100% sure. I'm trying to see if I can see any clear players that I didn't notice in the first half. It looks like Clapton have kept pretty much the same team that started the first half as they get the second underway.
I'm not too sure in regards to changes. Does look to be, I agree, similar in regards to who's on the pitch. It's Francis with the ball at his feet, plays out into the midfield. As referee blows his whistle for a foul here. Be interesting to see how much possession both teams have in the second half. Obviously, Clapton did look quite comfortable with it within the first half, and there'll definitely be a no rush to kind of waste what they have of the ball in regards to the scoreline as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's bound to fluctuate as this half goes on. The more the managers decide to change their team, I'm sure if there's another hydration break on 70 odd minutes, then that will change the momentum of the game once more.
Yeah, so that will prompt some substitutes as well, if not already made before that. That's a bit of skill to keep the ball there. Clapton with it now in midfield. Centrally down to the right hand side. Beats his man brilliantly and plays a ball into the forward, and it's Adejokun with a shot, and it's a great save. Referee does acknowledge the linesman for what I believe is an offside.
Yeah, his flag does look like it's up now, so I think you are right. But once again, a good chance. He's been dangerous every time he's got the ball, and even when he's not actually touched it but been involved in the build-up, he has caused chaos for that defence.
On a hat-trick as well, of course. Adejokun. She'll be desperate to get that.
Been a little bit disappointed in the lack of activity we've seen from his brother. I was really hyping it up in my head that we'd see a little bit of goal malfaction from the man returning to Clapton, but it's not been that way, has it, so far?
Not so far, but might change in the second half for him. But yeah, been disappointing so far from Josh. Throw and taken on this right hand side, goes down the line and peters out for a throw in to the home side.
Just whilst this game has taken a bit of a slow start to the second half, nowhere near the same as the first, I'd be intrigued to know if anyone in the chat how you feel like your chances are at New York International next season, considering you've been promoted to the Cosmo League Division 1. Be intrigued to know how you're feeling, whether this is anything to be worried about, or if you feel like you should have enough quality to put up a good fight and maintain your status in the league by the end of next season.
Well, this long into the first half, we had already seen the first goal. It's been a very different start to the second half here. 3 minutes 50 seconds, I believe, that first goal was for Clapton. It's a fantastic through ball here onto the right side, and it's saved by the goalkeeper.
You know what? I think he's left that, hoping it's going to go wide, but he was confident there, was Pierno, because to me that looked like he left it, and if he had just snuck that a couple inches to the left, that was sneaking into his near post, and that would have been really embarrassing. So
yeah, that was a weird one, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's not filled me with confidence, that goalkeeper has today.
Free kick in favour of Clapton here.
Can't tell if this is a joke or not, but hopefully the New York players have had a good night's sleep built up to this game. But I guess they're on holiday to some extent. You just can't admit it.
Just imagine a repeat of the free kick in the first half, but it's played out wide and it's a ball into the box and couldn't quite work the finish. Goal kick taken here by Piano. Pressing hard at the pitch again, Clapton. It could be another opportunity for a goal here. It's a shot brilliantly taken, and that is a 5th for Clapton. High press yet again, high pressure, high up the pitch, and we can see why. Rewarded again for their efforts, and it's a 5th goal here this afternoon for Clapton.
Not too sure who that is.
I didn't actually catch that myself, but look at the pressure there, high up the pitch, pretty impressive. It's a left-footed strike. Rifles it past the goalkeeper. 5-1 Clapton. There could be another 7-2 here today. You never know.
Was that Miller, maybe? Alfie Miller?
Could be found out.
I was always saying was James Briggs.
Throw taken by New York on this right-hand side here. It's swung into the box and it's a shot which was comfortable enough for Jack Francis in between the sticks, who does send it long. Ball bounces once in the middle, controlled by Adejokun, but eventually possession does change hands and it's New York with it here, down on this left-hand side. He's trying to work it out wide there, but didn't quite come off for him. Here's a new rifle.
I think we've got a situation here where I think New York, like you said in the end of the first half, just want to save face, should we say, and not concede too many more. Not seeing much of an attack whenever they win the ball. Is there a chance now? But it comes to nothing. Just no support really for the striker, and I mean I'm sure the wind has been knocked out of them with every goal that's gone in, but I don't think we've really seen a flicker of momentum for New York. The only real chance we had was a fantastic defence splitting ball that was eventually called offside, and then of course the goal.
Demoralising for them almost, and they'll be wanting to keep the score as respectable as they can. A nice little bit of trickery here and a shot from Adejokun over the bar.
He wants that hat trick.
He most certainly does. You can see the hunger in him for it. Shot after shot, attempt after attempt, always finding themselves in that right position. Always making runs, twisting, turning, holding up that ball and unleashing a shot whenever he can. Not quite working for him that time around though.
definitely dipped this second half. Not quite the excitement we had in the first, with 6 goals all coming in the first 45 minutes plus added time. Pierno really doesn't fancy kicking that ball, does he?
No, he doesn't. It's not up for it. There could be due to the ankle ligament injuries he did have in May.
Valid, very good point. Ooh.
Pills for a penalty here and given by the referee, and
just a free kick, is it? Is it a free kick? Was he looked close, didn't it?
It did. I think you might be right. My apologies. I believe that is, yeah, free kick just on the edge of the box.
Blimey.
Could give New York a lifeline here.
Yeah, if they can find the net from this opportunity, we've seen stranger things happen, and like we say, with there being substitutions bound to happen, this game's momentum can swing either way, so you've just got to take your chances.
Honestly, it's quite small in that Clapton goal, doesn't he?
Oh, thought that was in.
Yeah, it's not a bad effort, was it? Just past the goalkeeper there to the keeper's right. And you wonder if that was on target. Was Francis going to get there? But I guess we'll never know now. And it's a goal kick for Clapton.
I'm enjoying the fan stand. It seems to be there. Just a nice hill for the kids to play.
Yeah.
I like how they've done that.
Yeah, a lot of younger fans in attendance today as well, which is always good to see. Nice family day out.
And how many of them stood behind that goal will be on that pitch in 10 years to come? It's a success, even if it's just one of them.
Absolutely.
I was actually looking on the New York International website. How's your footballing ability, Jerome? Because you can actually enter your interest if you wanted to have a trial at New York International.
I don't think I'd be too good. I'm a goalkeeper myself, but
are you a goalkeeper? Yeah,
I am indeed. Yeah, but I didn't win Save of the Year last year, so.
Yeah, but if you've got your ligaments intact, then you've
well,
got
yeah, that is a very good point. That is a very good point. I do have 2 ankle ligaments which are functioning, so you never know. What about yourself? Would you fancy yourself?
Chance maybe.
Ooh. Just across goal there, and it's going to be another shot unleashed and wide from Clapton.
Gosh, I don't know how much. I'm not sure if you know more than me in regards to how long Pierno's been back playing for the side since this injury you mentioned. But my word, there seems to be a proper disjoint in communication when the ball is anywhere near that goalkeeper. That's the second or third time now that I've seen what seems to be a comfortable take to the goalkeeper, and the defender gets in the way because he's not taking any chances. So, little shaky.
It does say that is his first game back. He wasn't tearing those 2 ligaments, so maybe not yet fully recovered. Hoping that he does recover for the start of the season. As the goal kick is taken long, which I presume was the centre half.
Looks like there's been a change for Clapton. Although if anyone from Clapton is actually watching the stream and can identify who it is, that would be greatly appreciated. I do think I did see someone come on, try and notice the player that has been replaced. On your point earlier, Jerome, I am one of those unfortunate many, it seems, these days that has actually suffered a knee ligament injury playing football. So, and that was only 5-a-side, so.
No, that is not nice at all. I do like a bit of 5-a-side though, to be fair. That's what I do now, more than sort of Sunday League or whatever. But yeah. So you just not play at all?
Yeah, I do miss playing it, but it's one of them when you're not a professional footballer or even a semi-professional footballer, and when there's no real sniff of you earning a living by playing, then it seems foolish to jump straight back into playing football week in, week out when you've just done your knee, because there's a good chance it goes again.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to be careful with it and be responsible. That's a nice bit of trickery there from, I believe, the goal scorer of that free kick, Fred Taylor.
Been disappointed with New York. Every time that they've won the ball back and had a chance to break forward, they've just not found their man.
Adejokun, the hat trick doesn't quite let fly as he would have hoped he could do.
Another opportunity for New York. And once again, just the passing has been off.
Yeah, we thought it was a first half issue, maybe to do with fatigue, but it has been a running theme so far in this game. As that looked to be a penalty, and the referee does point to the spot. I don't think there could be any arguments there. I could see it from a mile away, pushing it back on Adejokun, who I'm presuming will take the penalty for, he'll be hoping, a hat-trick.
It'll take a very brave man to say that he wants to take the ball off Noah here.
Yeah, I mean, it was a clear penalty. I don't know what the defender's thinking there. He's got two hands on his back in that area inside the box. It's only going to end one way, as Adejokun puts the ball on the spot. Referee just keeping everything in check here. So Adejokun steps up and saved. Saved by Piano, and but the way they've played so far, that was not to be expected.
That was not on my bingo card, that's for sure. I know I've said that before today, but it really wasn't. The way he's been playing has really been shaky, but that just goes to show that he has got a good save or two in him.
Well, if I was a better man, I would have put my house on Adejokun scoring there, as you mentioned, not on the bingo card.
Good penalty as well. It was high. Maybe not quite high enough when you're going to lift it, but the keeper's guessed right there. He's put it to one side. Yeah, he's guessed right. If he dives the other way, then he's not saving it. It's not an awful penalty. It's just a very solid save.
That's great. He's dived quite early as well. Ooh, saved there from him again. Safe hands. Yeah, no, he's moved quite early as well for the penalty there, and might give him some confidence going into the season as well. High pressure again from Clapton. Another shot. One thing I will give Clapton credit for as well is with this high constant pressure, there's been no fouls hardly as well from them. Always clean when winning the ball high up the pitch.
Yeah, that's a good point. Very good point. Not been many fouls for either team, considering just how fast-paced the game has been and the pressure that we've had.
Poor touch there. Yeah, not been too many fouls as you mentioned, especially so far in the second half. It's been quite a clean game, which is good to see. No cards so far from the referee.
It'd be interesting to know if New York have any injection of pace that they could bring on here, because they really do seem to be lacking it. And as I said a few times in the first half, Johnson up top, he just seems so isolated. And they can't seem to get the ball to him as much as they probably would have hoped. And even when they do, they've not got the numbers that are able to maraud forwards, as Clapton quite clearly have been able to this game.
Yeah, I mean, we can see what the Scotsman is capable of doing in front of goal when presented with the opportunity, but there's been quite a lack of service for Alex Johnson so far within this game. I'll be interested to see what he would do if the ball was fed into him a little bit more, if they could work their way up the pitch, however, if they can get past this Clapton press and sort of play their way through it as they're looking to do now.
Very good afternoon to those of you that are watching this live stream, or good morning if y'all are in America. I'm not going to attempt to do any more of an accent than that.
Noah still chasing that hat-trick. as pointed out in the chat. Still looking for that third goal.
I can't tell if that's sarcasm or not from him, to be honest. not being an ideal game for New York fans, unfortunately, but I think they'll take some solace in keeping the score down in this second half. They have defended a lot more resolute.
Ball into this left-hand side and saved there by Piano. Yeah, I do think another New York goal would strike a lot of confidence into these players. Make them chasing that third and give them a bit of momentum, which they need to see a bit of a flare-up, possibly here.
Cameras caught lacking. I don't think anyone expected there to be handbags in this kind of affair. It seemed to be all friendly, but it's a football match at the end of the day.
Yeah, regardless of whether it's pre-season or what the score is, there is always pride and ego on the line as well, which you would expect. So that's also a good thing as well, as they shake hands, and I think that will be that. Looks like there's going to be a change here for both sides.
A few changes here for Clapton, it seems, isn't it?
Refreshing things, switching things up and getting those fresh legs and minutes, as I mentioned earlier on.
I believe the player that's just come on is Brandon Martin for the visitors. Looks like on loan from local club AFC Battersea, apparently. That's who it looks like has just come on anyway.
Yeah, that is him, former New York international player as well, Irishman. We're looking to get them back into the game here. I do think it's definitely time for changes at this stage of the game. Don't want to leave it too late.
Yeah, it's almost a kick around in the park this final half an hour with the scoreline pretty much decided, but you never know if you can get a quick fire double from somewhere, albeit it doesn't look likely. Anything can happen, but I think if anything's going to change here in favour of the away side, it's changes attacking are going to happen fast, and a bit of pace. It's crying out for a little bit of pace just to bring Clapton back a little bit, as it looks like there's going to be the second half hydration break now. On the whole, though, pretty entertaining game, and we've seen some excellent goals. I think the free kick was the pick of the bunch.
Yeah, we've been treated to quite a few goals, for sure, and goals of high quality as well. Johnson's goal is brilliantly taken, and as you mentioned, the free kick was quite something. As we get a replay here of the penalty. Got no idea what he was thinking there. He was always going to buy that contact, which he's bought quite well, to be fair. But the defender, clumsy from him.
Similar to a certain Jed Spence penalty that wasn't given that one.
Yeah, I thought it reminded me of something.
No VAR, for those of you wondering, in today's game.
There was an offside call earlier, which was quite close. You wonder whether or not, if the AR was a thing, whether that would stand or not.
Yeah, because that was put away very nicely, wasn't it, as well? And that could have been a completely different game, because that was at 1-0 to Clapton. They scored. I mean, the games are not that straightforward. You can't guarantee that New York would have gone on to score the second goal, their equaliser, which would have proven to be their second goal. Never really works like that, football, but you never know.
I wonder if that would have sort of changed the basis of the game a little bit.
We can provide our own commercials if that makes you feel more at home over there in America. It's slowly becoming less of a thing over here as well, though. I think it should be, arguably, it'd be a breath of fresh air not seeing commercials for once, and it being a throughout thing, because it can get a bit grating, can't it, with all the adverts that now seem to be mandatory on all of the streaming platforms.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of this whole commercials thing within sports. American ones as well. I think we're quite fortunate to just have half-time ones, or even with the World Cup with the BBC and ITV, obviously being no commercial breaks on there, just straight broadcast the whole way through. Gonna miss that about the World Cup when it does indeed end.
I just have the Pepto-Bismol advert stuck in my head. That seems to be the only thing that's on, and I swear it's targeted at fans that watch the football. Expecting everyone to have diarrhea. Apologies to those of you that may not know or be privy to that advert. If you aren't, and you're from America, just type in the Pepto-Bismol advert and you will soon know why it's stuck in my head, and probably most people from the British Isles.
Yeah, it's going to be ringing around my head for the next couple of hours, so thanks for that.
If Clapton score, if they get to 10, I'll give you a rendition of it. It can be a sympathy song for those of you that have got up early or that are taking your time out of your day in America to watch your side struggle. It has to be said, but it has been a solid second half, albeit conceding still and the concession of a penalty, but smartly saved from the goalkeeper. And on the whole, they've reduced Clapton to the clear openings that they exposed them to in the first half. So a lot can be said for that.
Yeah, most definitely. And definitely be a learning curve for New York as well. You'd rather this happen in pre-season than happen in the league. They'll take a lot from this game and from the 7-2 defeat as well. They'll have learned a lot, these players and the manager.
Yeah, if they can just nudge themselves a little consolation in the second half, then it's an improvement from their last game. So every little win in pre-season counts, and it's difficult to judge teams really, because like I said at the start of the game, it's hard to really compare teams in low divisions of semi-pro or non-league. And they're clearly good enough to be able to compete in the leagues that they're in, and they're only going to improve, and it is pre-season, so you can't read too much into it for either side.
Yeah, 100%, and I'm sure they'll learn from their mistakes. Also won't dwell on it too much and come back stronger. As the ball with Clapton taken away from them though. Nice little spin in midfield, but the ball has been won back by Clapton down on his right hand side. It's a cross into the box, touch taken, and chance for a shot which just does go over the bar. Keeper may have had that covered. Piano flying to the left hand side of his goal there. It's a nice little cutback as well. Nice touch, and just gets out of his feet. Would have been a fantastic finish if he could have pulled it off. Goal kick taken long here. One back again by Clapton. As ball on the left hand side here. Cross into the box, and couldn't quite find the target man. Lovely piece of skill to get past the defender and still asking questions. Are Clapton not happy with the 5, still looking to make more of that.
Good effort that, right across the face of goal, but no one there, just no one there in the end.
Yeah, it was unfortunate because a lovely piece of skill just before the ball did find its way into the penalty area.
Well, we've got people Googling the song. I think you need to watch the advert as well, because I think the dancing makes it all the more like one of those crazy dreams that you seem to struggle to get yourself out of.
I demand the sulphur tubes of nausea, heartburn in the chest.
Don't even know if I can sing it. Might get done for copyright if I sing it too well.
Yeah, we don't want to get in trouble with it. Fans still singing here.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Lovely afternoon from the looks of things.
Yeah, 100%. It's crazy they've got the same commercial out in the States as well.
I know.
Was not expecting that when I woke up.
It seems that, would you believe, people suffer from diarrhea in the UK and in the States. Would you believe?
Who would have thought? Not quite sure how we've got onto the diarrhea to begin with, but there you go.
Well, this New York backline could really do with some Pepto-Bismol, really, for this leaky defence. But
absolutely. That was a good one, to be fair. Oh, there's never a dull moment.
And if you want to use our discount code of...
should get a sponsor, shouldn't we?
Yeah. And thanks for the sponsors on this commentary.
Yeah, it'll pop up in the corner as well.
I know, yeah. Yeah, definitely a good opportunity for the players to go and take a trip to London as well. So I'm sure it'll be a really nice opportunity for them to get overseas and experience a few things, and dare I say it, have an experience of what football really is like.
Yeah, it is very different, I think, stylistically, maybe physically as well here in England compared to the States, especially in terms of lower league football. And I think that has shown today as well, to be fair. I mentioned Clapton winning the ball in terms of headers a lot, and that has been something that we've seen a lot throughout this game and recurring throughout. As thought it could have been a sniff for New York there, but not quite.
Well, that was a little bit loose from Clapton, and I mean, they haven't really been put under that much pressure at the back line, but whenever they have forced a few errors. It's just a shame, like I say, just lacking a little bit of athleticism to put a bit more pressure on throughout the game. It's paid dividends for Clapton, but they just missed out. And whenever they have put pressure on, they've caused errors, and of course the goal came from some of the best, arguably the best pressure we've seen all match from Johnson.
Still wanting him to get more service.
Yeah, Sean, you do make a good point. Our DNA sucks, apparently. Just waiting for Keir Starmer to ask for that game to be rescinded, but we move. As there's a chance here. Oh! Once again, like I say, that pressure has, over the past couple of minutes, has just caused a few errors in the Clapton backline, and I have to say, I think that might have been the Irishman that had come on, Brendan Martin, but he couldn't keep it down, snatched at it really, and that was a massive opportunity.
Yeah, it was a big chance. He just leant back before he struck the ball. As you mentioned, he has literally snatched at it, but yeah, I mean, New York have been looking a bit more positive in these last few minutes. Just got to keep that down, though. Clapton with it now. Over to the left-hand side, but over hit. Ten minutes to go here at Old Spotted Dog. I think it's been quite telling for both teams as to what they need to improve on. I'm sure both managers will take it with a pinch of salt.
Certainly will. As I said, alluded to before, so it's a nice experience for the visitors coming over to England to play a few games. Bit of a reality check maybe, but nonetheless they'll learn so much from these games, from these experiences. And I'm sure that the challenges they find in their league in the upcoming season won't be like this every single week, so take the positives from this game, especially the second half. They have defended well. Although, am I going to jinx it here? Nope. Case in point.
Yeah, they have defended well in the second half. I agree with that completely. Especially compared to the first, they've come with defensive will, grit and fighters. I thought they were going to score just as I was saying that, but
closed him down well though, forced him to snatch at his chance in the end. That would have been an excellent finish. I don't think the defence can do too much more there. It's just easing out the final few minutes here.
Nice little think out by Francis there. Very, very happy to just have the ball at his feet, spray those passes out, very composed as well, as you just said. Very confident with his feet and on the ball. Clapton fans still supporting their team, as New York could be in for a chance here. It's not the best delivery in the world.
Doesn't seem to me like he's a comfortable winger, Josh Adejokun. He seems like he's built more to be a central player, maybe someone that carries the ball from midfield or is that focal striker. He has struggled out on the wing. Maybe that's just the moment getting to him. Quite keen, no doubt, to score against his old club. But he has really struggled, I think, today to make any kind of impact.
Yeah, he hasn't really got himself in the game as he would have liked, has he? Fair play to the Clapton defenders, though. They have played quite well, quite compact. Well set up, structured and organised as well.
Free kick here. Not sure if it hit the ref again or not.
Could have been for the third time this game.
At this point, the refs backed himself for 2 or more interceptions. Over
2.5 tackles.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. Yeah, very important word. Both Clapton fans and players enjoying themselves thoroughly in the sunshine here, really strutting their stuff, confident on the ball, and it could be another chance here, and it is, and right at Piano in the end.
Yeah, good effort, good opportunity there, but didn't seem to have any real conviction in the effort. Not sure if he tried to place it in the corner and just mishit it, but lacked any kind of pace really to trouble Piano. He was growing into this game. I'm sure the penalty save no doubt will have improved his confidence, but
I think the goal kick thing will change throughout the course of the season, I think, as he does sort of heal that existing injury. That will change, and we'll see a lot more confidence in him as a whole. Cleared away.
Adejokun clearly getting frustrated now. He's being forced to track back, defend, and then getting a little bit frustrated with his teammate for just smacking the ball clear, and I get it. It's been a difficult one for the attackers, lacking any kind of service.
Oh, and it's a sixth. Ball into the box, and it's the sixth goal for Clapton.
Could be one of the substitutes that. I'll wait to get confirmation on the player's name for that one, but smart cross into the box. I think the New York players are just tiring. Questionable maybe again from the goalkeeper, but yeah, 5 minutes to go. It's just one of those days.
It's another good ball into the box from Clapton. Does seem to be one of their many strengths, are balls into the box, but I agree, the keeper, again, you argue, could have done better with that one. Maybe coming out and just claiming that ball, catching it or punching it quite slow off his line and slow to react and face the punishment in the end. 3 minutes to go here at Old Spotted Dog to confirm that was Clapton's 6th goal, 6th one to score here. 3 minutes left, and I don't think there'll be much time added on. Can New York find that consolation goal to give them something to hold their heads up a little bit higher?
Completely unbiased, but it'd be lovely to see New York get that late consolation, just so they can say that they've made some form of inroads on the previous results, but it doesn't really look like that's going to come. I think they have been outclassed today, and I think the main difference in this has been Clapton's willingness to throw bodies forward when they've pressed. They've had players in the box, like you say, Jerome. There's been quality from the wide positions getting the ball into the box, but there's just been so many players in the box to meet the crosses, whereas it's been night and day when it comes to New York International, who have really lacked that kind of threat and numbers whenever they've had possession of the football.
Yeah, absolutely. Interesting bit of insight from the chat here. Josh has always played on the wing back in the day.
Well, he clearly is good enough then to play on the wing because of the statistics, and his numbers won't lie. Maybe it has just been one of those days where it's been a little difficult. Or maybe I need to get into football management and bring out his spark.
Yeah, maybe. Someone's put it up in the chat as well. We need 4 more goals in 1 minute and 15 seconds. Hoping there might be another 15 minutes of added time or something of the sort, so that could happen. Ball on the left hand side here, cuts in, dealt with well by the defender. Yeah, it would have been a tough morning/afternoon for our viewers in the States. But at least you got the rest of your day to sort of get over it and continue with it and other things. As Clapton looks to have another chance here and into the hands of Piano.
Smart save, that one.
Nice to see everyone being behaved as well. There was that minor flare-up earlier on in the second half, but aside from that, no cards, no nasty challenges. It's been quite a clean game. Seems like the two sides do have a lot of respect for each other in that regard, which is always what you love to see.
You on social media at all, Jerome? Aspiring to make a name for yourself anywhere?
Yeah.
Got a little plug in now whilst we're entering.
I was going to say, as of right now, I don't have anything to plug, but I will be working on that. But yeah, definitely WD Sports is where I'll be commentating.
Well, on a side note, a little bit away from football, I have just plugged my TikTok in the chat. Trying my best to. It's a little bit away from football, but I'm currently aiming to get down from 16 to 13 stone. I've just done a half marathon over the past month or so, and aiming to get into 2 hours. So, if anyone fancies looking at a chunky monkey on TikTok, losing a bit of timber, then feel free to show your support on there. Appreciate anyone that has been sticking with us, as we've spoken a lot of nonsense in this second half. I think we've said the word diarrhea more than we've celebrated a goal this second half. So appreciate everyone's time.
Yeah, we do thank you guys for tuning in with us today from wherever you're watching. It's very much appreciated, as could be an opportunity here for New York International.
Yeah,
eventually shrugged off the ball.
Looked good then when he was, believe it or not, running through the centre of the pitch, but I'll keep my mouth shut. Another smart save from the goalkeeper. He's looked good, Adejokun, but once again, just lacking that real tenacity from the other players to support him. Kind of ran out of options in the end. Didn't see an additional time ball go up, but I would imagine. Oh, there's a chance here.
Ooh.
Oh.
Almost.
Just not their day, really, is it, for New York? Not their day, unfortunately.
I feel like you could be here all... Ooh. Just an outstretched leg, and it was close, but not close enough.
How often do you do your commentating then, Jerome? Asking in the chat what you tend to do.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say it depends on work and things like that. I'd like to do it a lot more than I do. I say maybe like once a month, but I'd like to sort of increase that whenever I can and get the opportunity to. It's definitely something that I enjoy and would like to keep practicing 100%. Hoping me and you can do another game together in the future as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if we're back
really
again,
enjoyable.
Maybe if we're back again, maybe do a more reasonable goals target to get some kind of forfeit for both of us. Make it a bit entertaining.
Yeah.
Especially when the game goes a little bit quiet. Although that being said, it's as much as it's gone quiet, we still have seen 2 goals and a penalty save in the second half, so I don't really know what else we can really ask for. Can New York end the game on a high, get themselves a late consolation with this free kick?
Not quite. Cross couldn't beat the first man there.
Yeah, half-hearted claims for a handball, and this could get worse for the visitors.
Chance for a 7th. It's a brilliant ball and it is a brilliant finish, and that does...
Offside. Let off.
Well, could have been 3 more until the song remains at 4. Good ball to the box, just a mistimed run. I think that will see us leading towards the end of the game. Yeah, he was quite far offside, in all fairness. Well, Piano showing why he's not been on goal kicks so far this game, in all honesty.
Solid save, though, to make up for it. He's been good with his hands. I'll give him his due. But he definitely needs a bit more time to ease into it.
Well, full time here at the Old Spotted Dog. The score is Clapton CFC 6, New York International Football Club 1.
Yeah, it's been really good fun watching this. I appreciate everyone that's stuck with us, watched throughout the game. Condolences for any visiting fans. Hopefully the players enjoy the rest of their time in our country and have a safe journey back, and all the best for the rest of for the whole of your season. Fingers crossed you can go back to back.
Yeah, 100%. Best of luck to both teams and everyone watching the stream, especially the American audience as well. As well, we see flares in the stands. That was unexpected. I was not expecting to see that. You gotta love it. Proper support. Wow.
That is quite
something. Look at that. Flags, fans, flares. What more could you want? And there's a kid running on the pitch as well. Why not? Love it.
I don't fancy that stand not setting alight, though. I must say that flare at the top left is really precariously close to the roof there.
Yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen. Or the tree behind it might also set alight. Let's hope that isn't the case, and let's hope that the Old Spotted Dog does remain intact. The oldest senior football ground hopefully stays the oldest senior football ground and not burnt to the ground, but that is pretty cool to see. Let's get a photo here from New York International, celebrating their trip down to England for the pre-season tour, and the fans behind as well. That's what football's all about, isn't it? A coming togetherness, that sense of community, and what it does to people. Really is nice to see as we get a photo of both sets of teams and players here in front of that stand, which didn't burn down.
Right, well, that brings us to a close of a very entertaining game. 7 goals in all. Plenty of stars in the strike force of Clapton. A nice moment for Johnson, the Scotsman, for New York, as we see a nice photo between the two sides. It's been an exciting journey for the visitors, to no avail on the pitch, but I'm sure they will have had a great time in the country, and I hope they have a fantastic rest of their trip. Have a safe journey back, and to Clapton, enjoy the start of your season. What a great game to push you forward to pre-season. My name's Jake Matho. I have enjoyed commentating today, and hopefully you'll hear from me again. Jerome, any final words?
Yeah, I've been Jerome Lindsay. It was a pleasure commentating with you today, and I'm really happy that everyone seems to have joined it in the chat today. More of this to come, hopefully in the future. So yeah, keep tuned, keep watching the streams, guys, and supporting. And yeah, as you mentioned, best of luck to both teams and supporters in Clapton and indeed across the United States. Yeah, wishing you guys a good rest of your day, whether that's afternoon in the States or evening here in the UK. But yeah, been a pleasure with you today, and thank you all for tuning in, and hope to see you soon.